Hi, David.
Hi, Sarah.
David, I am feeling that people are under so much pressure at the moment. And some people are saying it's because somebody's dying, or it's because something's happened in my business, or because of this, or because of that. But I'm hearing the same story regardless of whether there's something happening or not. So I don't think it's really just about the stories. I feel like just the situation we're in right at this moment, the COVID story, the other pressurizing stories that are lining up behind it. People don't even know, they don't know what to think, they don't know what's up and down. It's like they just want everything to go back to normal and they know it won't go back to normal, and
Right.
it's like elastic bands that are
Pressure
about
on.
to break. And
Yeah.
I just feel like let's just do something to provide some relief, because it doesn't help
No,
exploding. We still have to handle it whether we can or we can't.
we do. And everybody just feels like they're in a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
And everyone, everyone sort of needs an escape valve. But if we don't get the escape valve, then you take it on internally. So that isn't very helpful at all. So
Can you
that
hold one? I suggest that you just leave that I've said what I said, and can you just come in on that again? Like I've just said, it's like people are elastic bands about to snap.
yeah. So everybody's basically in this huge pressure cooker and feeling like everyone's going to snap. So with with that, what it really is, it's basically we're taking on basically the stress of the world because everybody knows that it's not going to be a real quick fix. It's going to be that we've got to get a lot of things worked out, yeah, because we're in a whole new scenario. So we can't change everything, but what we can do is basically look after our own personal energy so that everybody else's energy isn't really impacting us quite as much. But also, we can disassociate a lot of the very forced energy that basically compiles. And what happens is it can, we end up having all these constrictions and restrictions right around us. So it's like having like a something you do. What do you call those things that you put on when you're in a mental
Straight
institution?
jacket.
Straight jackets, yeah, because it's like you can't, where you usually move and your energy usually moves, um, you've taken on the energy of what is like a forced environment around you. And it's like imagining all your energy systems are being pushed in, and so it's like you can't cope as well. So we might just do a real quick release with that. So to do that, we need to use the universal energy. All universal energies mean your energy has to be moving. So remembering that if your energies don't move, what do? They take on whatever is around you. Okay. If your energy isn't moving efficiently, it just takes on the energy of everything around you. Now, earlier on, I've talked a little bit about using neutral energy. Okay. So neutral energy means we used quantum amounts of different types of variances that are so vast that they don't allow for a compounding, or they don't, and they won't talk a different language that doesn't allow availability. It also means that you need to be able to use your energy that is often stuck within your diaphragm here, and we need to release that a lot so that we're not going back all the time and rehashing loads and loads of different types of scenarios that limit us. It also means that we have so many different areas that I've talked about a little bit in previous sessions of what we've been talking about. But without going into that, this is just about helping everybody without you having too much understanding. All you need to know is that you can shift a lot of this environmental energy, which is just stress, and think of it as almost like antimatter, if you like, where it sucks up and it pushes you in. So it creates all your energy. As I've said, when I look at people, they look like they've got all these black bands, like barcodes all through them. So what it means is you'll end up processing a lot of this information that's around you, because when you get that pressure, it hits those those bands that are like a black barcode, and then you start to process information that's around you rather than your own personal energy, which means that you can't be responsible for your own energy, your own consciousness. It's sort of like you just got no room to move. Yeah. So it just gives everybody a little bit of a quick way of finding a little bit of room to move. It's a little bit like finding an area that you don't have to take on all the energy of everybody else. So you can just give yourself a little bit of breathing room. And then just by doing this simple exercise of a morning, it just allows you to find a little bit more efficiency in your own energy, in your own consciousness. And when your own consciousness is more available, what happens is your spirit energy actually talks. So your intuition opens up, because when you can't get spirit messages, your own intuition, your own instinct to start with, let alone go down and find what messages come from your souls and your heart, we just feel like we're totally lost. It's like we're directionless. We don't know what is going to go on. It's like we don't have a lot of hope. We don't have a lot of faith in what's going on. I mean, it also means that we go through that bullshit barometer and we know who's sort of not really telling us what we need. We know a lot of people are faking it and they're just trying to make up some stories so that everybody feels better. But we know in a lot of circumstances, it's just a lot of crap. So it just means that you don't need to take on everything so responsibly for yourself for all the crap that's going on, so that you can just move and just learn to live just a little bit more. And then as you become a little bit more efficient in this, you'll notice that as your energy moves and your conscious moves, your spirit comes out. And then don't be surprised if all of a sudden you start to become just a little bit happier. The reason you become happier is as our energy moves, the power in our body moves and backs up the energy. It also means that as our energy is being backed up, we find that direction, because we're not so confined and constricted, which means that we get loads and loads and loads of information going right around our whole entire body. And we've talked about this a little bit, because if that energy doesn't go right around your whole entire body, it does all these little cycles, and all those cycles are all the stress that's going on around us. So it's a bit like the stress. It just keeps rehash, 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 and then we can't even concentrate on what we need to do or where we need to go. But it's also where we concentrate on what we don't need to do more than what we do need to do. Okay. So when our energy is nice and free, that's how we can concentrate on just what we need to do rather than what we don't need to do, which means we're more efficient, we're more effective. We find a little bit of self-direction, a lot more. We just open it up a little bit. It also means that if you're someone who likes to meditate, please make sure that you always use this grounding before you meditate, because if you don't, you're going to suck up all the energy that's around you at the moment. And I've talked to loads and loads of people who've come to see me over the last month they're big meditators. And usually when they meditate, they get lots and lots of resources, and everything starts to move and they feel calm and they feel free. But a lot of that isn't working anymore. Why? Because we're in this powder keg, and it's just pushing in on everybody. So we've got to ground use this active energy. It connects the universal energy, and it just makes us a lot freer. So we're going to go straight into doing that. Yes, we are going to start off with something that you've seen before, excuse me, which is active grounding, but we're going to do a couple of other things in it just to free this environmental energy that is creating this powder keg right around us. And we definitely don't need this pressure cooker feeling, you know, because otherwise we're all going to explode. Okay, Sarah, let's stand up and we'll get straight into it, yeah? Now, by using masculine, feminine, and feminine, masculine energy, we make sure that there's no dominant energy in this, which is why Sarah and I, we like to do a lot of work together so that we have a balanced energy, so that we make sure no one energy, no one sex is more formidable than the other, no sex is more dominant, and it also means that we're able to use multiple types of consciousness. Because if one sex is more dominant than the other, you start shutting down. When you start to shut down, this right side of your body is going to be ultra compressed. So those of you who are highly sensitive or feel like your sensories are almost being crushed, it'll be a lot worse on this right side, because this right side is our opposite sex as far as sensories are concerned. Okay, so let's get straight into it, Sarah. Now, I've opened my legs to a good stance so that I can actually move a little. And we're also then going to put our hands on the side, okay? When we put our hands on the side of our legs, we're going to use basically more of our spirit body than your old physical body, because why? It's the one that gives us the direction. Without it, honestly, we can't do anything. We really can't. Our intuition shuts down, our instincts shut down, and we just feel compressed and repressed, okay? It's as simple as that. So here we go. Close your eyes, hands on the side of your legs, please. Just breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just breathe normal, guys. Just breathe normal for a second. That's it. Nice and easy. Again, please. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just breathe normal. Now you're starting to bring all this energy that is you back in. You're making sure it's not going outwards. You're just listening to you, okay? Just listening to you. Beautiful. Nice and easy. Nice and steady. Gently, please. Now, with your hands on the side of your legs, very shortly, your energy is going to start to move. For this, it may be very similar to if you're moving in or moving down in an elevator. And we're just starting to move your energy gently. Hold it there. Just gently, because we have to go a lot deeper. And we're going down because we're moving out of all the stress, okay? We're going incredibly deep. So we're using your spirit, your consciousness, different intuitions and instincts, different minds and memory, making sure we process through the whole entire body, not just in our head. As we do, we just start to loosen up just a little bit. That's it. That's good. Everyone's starting to loosen up just a little bit. That's great. Now, very shortly, once our energy begins to move, and the more you do this, the more you get used to it. So as you start to move, you will start to come forward. Slowly. Now, as you're coming forward, That just means that your energy is moving and you're making a full cycle of energy. Okay? Which means that you're not in those little tiny processes that sucks up the energy around you. Okay? That's it. Nice and easy, nice and gentle. So going forward once, going forward twice, going forward 3 times. We now put our hands on our hips and we're going to make sure that either side of our body is equal in energy. Okay? That's all we're doing. Just breathe in, just normal, nice and easy. Now, some of you may notice that you're breathing in quite heavily and go, okay, that's fine. Okay, don't worry about it. That's normal because you'll start to release a little bit of stress. Okay, and you're just making sure that your androgynous body is starting to move. So it's whatever sex you are first, and then the opposite. So it's like masculine, feminine, feminine, masculine, or feminine, masculine, masculine, feminine. It's all equal. And that's it. I'm just starting to move forward now, very gently. Coming forward. 1, 2, 3 times. Bring your hands to a prayer position. Now, when your hands are in this position, you will go down and find intuition and instinct that you haven't used for a while. Okay, so it's got to get energy into it, has to get power into it, and has to move. And you'll just start to move just a little bit. That's it. Coming forward once, coming forward twice, coming forward 3 times. Now we move left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left shoulder, please. Some of you may feel little jolts. Some of you, depending on how you're situated, some people even feel like they're almost getting a little energy shock or that sometimes. But it's you just sending all the needed information right around the whole of your body. And we're making sure our energy is now nice and neutral. So we're making sure there's no over positive energy, no over negative energy. Everything's just neutral. Which means what? Our body can move. It's accessible. We're able to get conscious messages. And we're going forward once, going forward twice, going forward 3 times. Swap those arms around the other way, please. We're just waiting for all this energy to start moving. Nice and easy, nice and gently. And we're just going to move forward once, move forward twice, move forward 3 times. Hands to a prayer position. Now, while we're in this prayer position, we're going to make sure that we come forward once, twice, 3 times. Now we're going to do something different. We're going to hold our hands still in this prayer position just for a moment. Now we're going to open up the prayer position, but still in an open prayer position. And you might feel it's almost hard to almost open up your hands. It's just the energy is on the back of your hands. That means that there's a lot of oppressive, suppressive energy that's around you that definitely isn't your energy, okay? So this is all this COVID energy. So bring your hands back to a normal prayer. Hold it, hold it. Now we're going to slowly, slowly unwind all this energy that's around you. While that energy is unwinding, just slowly open this prayer position up no more than an inch or say 2 or 3 centimeters. That's all. That's it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now you might feel your hands are shaking and jarring, and that's all the forced energy. And now you're starting to release. Bring your hands back to a normal prayer. Hands on your hips. Hands back to a prayer. And again, we're going to open our hands. This time we'll be able to open our hands nearly to the at least the side of our face. And we're releasing all this energy. And for those who are highly sensitive, you might feel your hands shuddering, and it's all this junk that's just on you. Okay? Hold it, hold it. Bring your hands back to a normal prayer position. So it may feel like you're in a little vacuum now and energy is just pouring out away from you, which it is. Hands back to your hips. Feel that release? It's almost like, I can be relaxed now. Yeah. Nice. Moving forward. 1, 2, 3. Hands back to a prayer. But this time we open our hands to the width of our shoulders, but still there's definitely some energy there. And like if you're highly sensitive, you'll feel it pushing on you, yeah? It's like you're shaking, yeah? Because this is oppressive, repressive energy, yeah? Bring those hands back to a prayer position. Just relax. And again, you'll move forward 1, 2, 3 times. Hands on your hips again. Don't be surprised now if you feel where you're in an elevator, because what you're doing is you're moving into universal energy, which gets rid of all this crap that's going on around us. We're using immense strength of energy, and we've got a little bit of help here. Some of you may feel all the shakes and that going on, and then we'll start to move forward 1, 2, 3 times. Go back to a prayer position, please. Again, we're going forward 1, 2, 3. Open our hands up to the width of our body. Now, we change our hands and invert our hands so that we're pushing out to the side. So the palms are pushing out to the side. And you'll feel this energy. Feel it's really pushy, and it's almost like you're being electrocuted sometimes if you're really highly sensitive. Yeah. Hands back to a normal prayer. Now, we invert our hands and we point straight into our chest. So just open your eyes if you don't see it. So we open out, go from prayer, invert them, and we point straight into our chest. Close your eyes again. And we're going deep, deep in. That's it. Nice and easy. Going in, and you go forward once, go forward twice, go forward 3 times, hands back to a normal prayer. Open the hands up, turn the hands around so the faces are facing outwards. There might be a little bit of forced energy way, way out there. Yeah? We can feel it again. Hands back, come back in. We're going to do exactly the same. Invert our hands, point straight into our chest. And hold it here because we're using our inner strength, okay? We're moving everything. Now, we're starting to come forward once, twice, 3 times. Bring your hands straight back to a normal prayer. 1, 2, 3, going forward. Open those hands up again. That's a lot nicer, a lot easier. We invert the hand, we change and push those palms out to the side of us. Push out just a little bit. That's better. Nice and easy. Hands straight back to a prayer. Again, we're going forward. We're locking this strength in. 1, 2, 3. Go back to shoulders. Left hand, right shoulder. Right hand, left shoulder. We lock this strength in. Moving forward once, twice, 3 times. Drop hands. Swap those arms over. Nice and easy. Just hold it. Different energy. Totally different energy, guys. Moving forward once, twice, 3 times. And back to a prayer, please. And hold it until we move. 1, 2, 3. That's all we've got to do. Okay? Give that a go. Give that all a go, guys. Start, and even if you listen to it first before you have a go at it, but have a go at it and just try and do that each and every day. It's not a bad idea to do it first thing in the morning, do it lunchtime. It doesn't matter where you do it. Hey, you can go to the toilet if you feel a little bit weird about it so no one sees you, yeah? You can put your earbuds in your ears and just listen to how we've directed and or just told you how to do whatever you need to do, yeah? But also remember that we have that nighttime video, and we
That's
better
the nighttime grounding video, which you can find on
yeah.
YouTube.
And now we'll go. So we do that during the day, and for nighttime, we'll go and show people how to use that nighttime grounding. Yeah, because
Okay, we'll do that now.
we'll do that right now, Sarah.
All right. So this is and so if people have learnt the other morning grounding, would they replace it with this one for the time being? Is that what you're suggesting?
They just feel like they're a little bit overwhelmed or a little bit
So this is a good one for getting out of the pressure cooker. Otherwise, they can do the regular one.
a regular one to start with. Yeah. So this is the nighttime grounding that we have shown. But for those people who've missed it, we'll go straight into it now. So it's completely and utterly different energy, totally different power, totally different energetics, magnetics, you name it. It's a whole list of things. But it's so completely different. But during the day, we're amping our cells up, energizing our cells. We're making sure that we're active, and that's a big thing. Energy has to be active, okay? But we're using no force power about it. We're not forcing power out. We're only using neutral power. Neutral power is like we wait for everything to happen. It's a bit like we use things more like imagine if where you are working perfectly, and that's how we work. We look for all the stuff that you do perfectly. So where you are working perfectly, we leave you turned on, and you completely find that when you use neutral energy. And where you're not working perfectly, because you're getting this intrusion, you turn it off. You don't force it off. Otherwise, that is like saying you are loving the intrusion and you're asking for more of it. So what we're showing you is how you just use neutral energy. So where you're focused on where you're perfect, yeah. Now where you're not perfect because you've got intrusive energy, it just turns off. We go to the next one. We find the next.
Kind of like using what's working really well to make the rest work much better.
Yeah. So it's right. It's just using evolved energy, yeah. And when we focus not where you're broken, we focus on where you're working perfectly, yeah. And especially for us highly sensitive people, we feel all this stuff. And don't forget, you're using evolved energy when you're highly sensitive. So you've got to use what you've been given. You use that sensibility of self because it gives you the direction and the purpose and what we need to do. Okay, so let's go to nighttime. So again, a good, nice, I've got made sure my legs are a little ways apart, so we're not falling over the place. At nighttime, this is healing energy. It's not activating energy. Remember, it's healing energy, not activating energy. I'll just turn this down just marginally so you can see exactly what I'm doing a little bit better. So, hands on the side of our legs again, side on the hands of the front. Then we pick up energy that's in between. So it's sort of like on the corner of our legs. So it's not on the front, it's not on the side, it's in between. Okay? Close your eyes. Again, you may feel that downward energy like you're in an elevator because you're grounding this moving energy. Down we go, nice and easy, moving down, nice and gently. It's nice and relaxing. Why is it relaxing? Because we're using flexible energy. When we heal, we've got to be ultra, ultra flexible, guys. We can't be using forceful energy and nothing works. Ultra, ultra flexible. That's it. Nice and easy. And we're moving forward. 1, 2, 3 times. Hands onto your hips, please. So we're starting off exactly the same as we did last time. Moving forward once, twice, 3 times. Now we clasp our hands very gently, just mainly with the tips of your fingers, down around your belt area there, below your navel, more or less flat. But I'm a good couple of inches away from my body, okay? The reason that is so we can feel the energy a little bit more. If it's right on your body, you can't feel it as much. And you need to sense who and what your energy is doing, yeah? So we just hold it here, nice and easy, and we're just waiting for the energy to activate. Move nice and gently, and we're just starting to move forward. 1, 2, 3 times forward. Now, very, very slowly and gently, we drag, okay? Because we're looking for where we're working efficiently and we're asking ourselves to upgrade it. That's it. Because sometimes we're more focused on what's going on around us, so we don't notice how efficient we can be. And this is what we're doing. We're asking ourselves to be nice and efficient, and that's all we're doing. So in a way, you're scanning yourself for efficiency and finding miles and miles of efficiencies that exist in your body, nice and easy, and we just get it right up to our chest, hold it here. Don't be surprised, sometimes you may feel this massive energy as you put your hands onto your chest, because that's you making sure you're making sure the most of yourself, yeah? You're noticing you, yeah? Sharing self-love, I guess, if you like. Moving forward once, moving forward twice, moving forward 3 times. Let's go to shoulders again. Holding it here, nice and gentle, gentle, gentle. Waiting for our body to tell us that everything's working properly and we're going to come forward. Here we go, going forward once, twice, 3 times. Swap those arms over, please. Beautiful. Moving forward once, twice, 3 times. Go straight to a prayer position. Moving forward once, twice, 3 times. Now, we drop our hands to the side Because what we're doing here is we're dumping any energy that's definitely not us. That's it, just dumping it. We were sort of doing it before, but just completely differently. Now we're moving forward once, twice, 3 times. Back to a prayer position, please. Hold it there. Moving forward once, twice, 3 times. And that's all you've got to do.
Perfect. So that's for last thing at night before you go to bed. The other one you can do in the morning. You can also look at the other grounding exercises that are on this same YouTube channel, which are the regular ones. So this one is the depressurizing one for the morning. The evening ones are both the same. And that should be something that will help you. And also you can share the video with friends. So if your friends are in the same pressure cooker as you are, feel free to share it with them and let them find some relief. So thank you very much, David.
Everyone's welcome. Hope that helps you. Bye bye.